grew up with my brother. Mainly my dad had custody. My mother, they were together I guess first year I was alive, but they split up, and after a big, long, crazy, hectic battle for custody, my dad won and we moved to Texas. My dad, he did the best by us, but never really could hold down a job. We were constantly living out of the car and trying to stay with people who we really didn't know. He's one of the smartest men I've ever met in my life, and he never really did much with it. I watched my dad growing up and always wondered why he didn't do more, why he didn't try to do more than he did. I never want to be a person whose people look back on and remember as she could have done so much more than she did. I was living with my mother after my dad just decided he wanted something different, and so me and my brother went to live with her. About 6 months after that, my father committed suicide. My mother's always had a struggle with addiction, I guess. About a year after my father committed suicide, my mom ran off, and after that it was me and my brother on our own for a while till the state finally realized that we weren't being taken care of. We didn't have anybody watching after us. We were taken by CPS and placed in the foster care system. In my success throughout life, no matter what happens, I want to aid the foster care system because it is, I feel, the most broken system that I've ever encountered. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I ping-ponged around quite a bit. 4 years, and I went through probably 12 or 13 families. Was about to be shuffled off to another family and said, hey, I get it. I don't want to be here just as much as you don't want me to be here. So let me leave, let me move out. And I did. I took a few pairs of clothes and I moved out. The only thing I could control was school, what I learned, what I did there. It was all up to me, all my responsibility. And so I clung to it. One of my biggest goals in life was I wanted a college degree. That's what I always told everybody. That was my big goal. People say, well, what do you want to do in life? And I'd say, I want to go to college and I want to get my degree. I was 17. I found out I was pregnant, and it was like being lost. What do I do? Where do I go? What am I supposed to do? Kind of try to keep going to school and work and a baby, or do I just try to set school aside for the time being and maybe I'll get back to it? It was so much, and I knew I only had so much time before I was out of time. Didn't even know how to start making a decision like that. Just looking for someone to tell me what I do next, because I spent basically my whole life being my own leader and telling myself what I did next. And so typed in adoption, and Gladney was the first one that came up. Reading small itty-bitty paragraphs and seeing just a few pictures from prospective adoptive parents. Kevin and Joanna caught my eye. They had a great sense of humor, and so there was funny, goofy pictures. It was one of the hardest times in my life, but at the same time, I was so excited for them. I was giving not just the baby, but this family an opportunity. And I was gonna give this baby a life I could never give him. I felt like everything was okay again. Like maybe the dreams I was ready to throw away and set aside, that all of that didn't have to be. It was suddenly all there again, and suddenly just up to me to choose it. I really was just looking for an acceptance letter, honestly. I knew that no matter where I went, I was gonna bust my hump to pay for it, to do whatever I had to do to make it. I just needed them to say, bring it. I got accepted to Rice, Princeton, Harvard, Berkeley, and University of Texas. Berkeley offered me a Regents and Chancellor Scholarship, which essentially, for me, it was a full ride. I just love it. Everybody is so happy and everybody just wants to better themselves, and I love it. It's the perfect environment for me. This has made it so worth it. It's everything I wanted and everything I worked for. This adoption process has not only given hope to my future, for me to do everything that I want to do, but hope for Aaron, my son, and everything he's going to do. My name's Jessica. I'm a Gladney birth mom and a UC Berkeley student.